into the CJ Beathard signing and what, if anything, is Trevor okay?
Yeah, so obviously, CJ was here and Mac was here, and from our standpoint, we felt like we had a really good quarterback room with the three guys, and obviously CJ got hurt there in camp, and we had to let him go and all that, but we definitely wanted to at some point get him back here. I think it just strengthens our roster, strengthens that room. Trevor's sore, obviously, and it gives us assurance. Obviously, Mac is still the number 2, obviously, and prepares each week to play, and now we've got another veteran quarterback on the roster.
Will Trevor practice today?
He'll be limited today.
It's his left shoulder, correct?
Upper body, yes.
So is there a chance that are you worried he may not be able to play? Or is it too early?
Can't answer that. Can't answer that today. Not sitting here Wednesday, no.
So you guys plan to carry 3 quarterbacks on the 53 for the rest of the year, or just for the next 3 weeks?
Maybe we'll carry them for a little while and see. I mean, where we are roster. I mean, listen, Cooper's going to the IR, right? I mean, we lost, or let go Flowers, and Christian Kirk went to IR, so there's spots available, right? To Duvernay's coming back, and things like that. So it's an opportunity to bolster the roster a little bit.
Do you anticipate Ezra Cleveland practicing this week?
Not full, limited basis again. It's going into week 2, I guess, for him. So, again, I would say he's on the heels of Mason Smith a little bit that way. Mason's closer, but still going to be limited in practice.
Be Blake Hans at guard if Ezra can't go?
Correct.
Is there something wrong with Ross?
Is there something wrong? Like what?
Signing a
You
long
signed
snapper.
a long snapper of the practice squad. I just wonder if Ross was injured or no.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's another one that came out of the game a little banged up, and just want to make sure that, again, with that signing to the practice squad, we have someone that can, do the snapping duties this week, and let Ross, rest basically and heal. But he is sore. And just to follow up to you, he did have the back a couple years ago,
Right.
So, and I'm not saying this is the injury, but he is sore, and just want to make sure that that he's 100%.
How's Gabe coming into the week?
Good. He'll be limited. You've seen him in the orange jersey. He'll stay in him and BT will both stay in the orange jersey. Just try to limit contact, until game day.
How did you feel about how Travis was coming out of the game with a hamstring?
He was okay. I think he felt it. Didn't re-injure himself, but felt it. Later in the game, the weather was cooler, so it's hard for him and running backs in that situation. But I think this will be a better week for him.
How strange is it to have a guy in your locker room and then a couple weeks later he's going to be on the other sideline?
Yeah, I mean, you think about that kind of stuff, but it's the NFL. Can't control the schedule. Can't control, that sort of thing. But it'll be. I know for him coming back, we'll probably feel a little bit awkward, I guess. But he's a pro. He's going to do everything he can to get himself ready to play. He'll be excited, to play.
What stands out about Minnesota's defense and just what they throw at?
I think Coach Florey's just done a great job with the personnel there. He's found roles for their guys. It's a multiple front disguise defense. They're going to keep the lid on it. They're not going to let a lot of explosive passes, which I think was a year ago. Was part of the issue there. But they've done a great job. I think just moving guys around on defense, and they got veteran guys in spots that are leaders there. That's a physical group, and it's another tough challenge for our offense.
What have they done with Sam Darnold to make this the season where he finally seems to click?
What makes What, say that, start again?
Sam Darnold's seeming to click finally this season.
Oh, yeah.
You know, first time in his career, first round pick. Why? Like, why is this the time for him?
Justin Jefferson? Because you were thinking it. I think the talent around him. You know, I mean that helps, right? I mean just having the run game, the defense, the way the defense is played. You know, being in Coach O'Connell's system and in the way he calls plays, I think is helpful. And look, he's always been a solid quarterback. And whatever team or role he's on, I just think now he's learning, maturing, and showing that he's capable of doing it. And that's what you're seeing on film. You know, taking care of the football. That's a big part of this thing. Yes, Justin Jefferson is obviously an elite receiver in this league that can wreak havoc on you.
Will you follow him with Tyson this week?
No, I don't think so. It's not. I think it's two ways you can look at it, right? You can take your best corner and put it on the best receiver, or you can put your best corner on their second receiver and put two guys on the best. So it's what teams do. That's what defenses do. So we'll see how the week unfolds.
Do you think last week with Brian, the way whoever you played last week handled Brian, do you think that'll be like that blueprint moving forward?
The Eagles, what they did?
Yeah.
I do. I think I go back a year ago, Calvin, right? There was a lot of double teams. There was a lot of cloud coverage, things like that. This team that we're playing does that anyway. That's just their style. That's what they play. So, we'd have to go play. We got 4 or 5 other receivers that need to do their jobs too, and we got to find a way to get them the ball.
Opposite Tyson, what's your expectation for that opposite corner spot on Sunday? In terms of rotation, in terms of guys that have showed something to you, if you need to change things up opposite Tyson?
No, I think we stay with Darby, stay with Buster, and keep that rotation going. I think it's been good for Buster to get in the game. He's been solid this year, been consistent. I think Darby's been the same way. And look, again, if you're thinking about one specific play or 2 specific plays, I think you got to look at the whole scheme of the defense in those circumstances, and it's not all about one guy. So both guys have done well, and I consider, or can see that actually being the same thing moving forward.
Do you avoid showing the Saquon's run where he leaps over Jari? Do you avoid showing that in the team? Just pretty. I mean, it's kind of not embarrassing, but it's epic. Do you avoid that, or do you guys just show it like normal and treat it like normal?
I mean, it's part of the game. It's part of the corrections. The fact that it was backwards, I think, is just the way he jumped and turned his body. It just happened that way. You see it every week, guys leaping over defenders and stuff like that. But yeah, you show it as normal, and the key would have been to tackle him the first time. But no, it's just a great play, a great play by a great running back.
How tough is it as a coach to get the team to keep grinding and keep fighting when they're not seeing results on the field?
I think that comes through my approach to them on Mondays, meaning, from a head coach's perspective, I need to show them and talk to them in a way that is accountability, right? Ownership. Do your job, do it better. Do the little things. I got to show that in a team setting, bring it to light, and just show the guys, like, listen, this is what's holding us back right now. Plays X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. And then on the flip side of that is now you got to build them back, right? You got to get them back ready to go for another challenge, and that's what today is about. It's, you know, last Sunday is I'm moving on, right? And we're moving on as a team. And another great opportunity this week. Let's go get better this week. Let's get better today. Bring a lot of energy and juice out there at practice, and you know, get ready for the Vikings.
Way off topic, but Washington scored the other week.
Imagine
2 weeks
that.
ago. Washington scored on a play they called Taylor Swift. Obviously, Philly special, lives in infamy. How much time and effort do you put
Into name calling?
into naming plays? You also used the phrase the other day, Coach, 2 weeks ago about church mode. I'd never heard that.
It's over your head. Don't worry.
I understand safe mode, but I never heard church mode. But how much? Bad guy. How much time and effort do you put into naming plays, and why is it important that?
It's important. It's important so that guys can. You know, we do a lot of word associations with these plays, right? I mean, it's you say a word. Let's use the word rabbit, right? It's got R's and A's and B's and I's and T's, right? It's so it could be B for basic, R for read, you know, an I for whatever. So word associations, the letter, everything means something, right? So a lot of time is spent, you know, on the words, the verbiage, the terminology, and then we categorize them by concept. And we have there's multiple categories. So you spend time, that's what you spend time in the off season doing, you know, as a staff. And then if you have a play that's a unique play and you can't really come up with something, then you name it Taylor Swift or Philly Special or, you know, Oop-de-Oop or whatever it might be. You just come up with unique names guys can remember and go play.
How many do you have in the playbook? Unique ones like that.
Oh, there's probably a dozen plays that are just unique, you know, unique names. You really can't find a word that, you know, fits. So you just make something up like Mark Long
Who's
or
an idiot?
It's got to be one word. Give us one that you've used in the past for an example that doesn't apply now.
It's
Other than
not
Philly
Philly
special.
special. By the way, why'd you look away when I said it lives in infamy? I mean, like in a good way.
yeah.
Is infamy bad? Is infamy bad?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So it's bad for the Patriots.
Sure.
Okay. So there you go.
What's your expectation?
I can't off the top of my head I can't honestly I can't. I'll come back to you on Friday.
Sorry.
All right.
I'll come back to you on Friday.
Make me come Friday.
Sorry, I thought we were done.
That's a long drive.
We are.
Okay. Dewey, what's your expectations for Dewey?
I expect him to play. This obviously is the last week of the 3-week window, so he's feeling good. We get him out there today, tomorrow, and Friday, and go. But I do. My expectation and his expectation is to play.
The GIP was just an insurance policy for if Dewey.
Yeah, I mean, probably, you know. But I think too, you know, even to have him around, I think was good because whether Dewey could go or not, I mean, if that's the insurance you're talking about, possibly. He's a veteran guy, so he did everything we asked, and it was unfortunate, you know, with the situation, but you know, had to make a decision.
We good?
All right, guys.
Thanks, Coach.